Hi friends, this will be a video on a few maintenance tips on this bike. So I want to cover about 4 or 5 parts. The first one would be the body of the bike, and the next would be the engine, and then the silencer cap there, and then the chain. Majorly, so these are the main parts which I would want to cover in this video. So first thing is the body. One of the main questions related to this is how do I keep my bike shining. So there are various polishes available in the market to do that, but before you do any of that, I suggest you also consult with your Enfield authorized service center, and probably even you may use the same kind of polish that Enfield centers use. So that way those polishes are not very costly, but the effect is quite good. So you can use that polish to polish your bike like once a week and keep it in shining condition. And then about the engine. So about the engine, one main thing which I want to tell about this engine is please do not rev the bike hard, because if you rev the bike hard, it might lead to an oil leak, and your gasket over here, gasket here or somewhere, I don't know exactly where the gasket is, but that might get damaged, and you might have to replace that. And one more thing is, if you constantly keep rising and dropping your engine RPMs, that is you are in 20 in second gear, suddenly go up to 50, again drop back to 20, go up to 30 and drop back to 10. So if you keep doing like that, the tappet noise will increase and will be very annoying. So keep the bike running in good condition, clean your bike regularly, and with regards to the engine, do not over rev or drive at very low speed in high gear. So that's with the engine. And then the chain. So the problem with the chain in most of the bikes is they are not lubed properly. So if you don't lube the chain properly, what happens is your chain could end up getting dry and getting rusty, and it will not deliver maximum power when from your transmission to the wheel. And if the chain is not properly lubed, the sprocket teeth here and inside here, that will get damaged, and you might have to end up replacing your sprocket. So best thing is, since this is an open dry chain, better you may lube it every 300 to 400 kilometers once. And then with regard to the bolts here, these silencer bolts, if they are not tightened with using Loctite, they keep coming loose, and there is that annoying rattle which comes from there. You may feel that it's coming from the engine, but no, it will be coming from this plate here. You can listen to that. When you rev the bike, you will get to hear that rattle. And next thing which I want to state is about the leakage of water during rains. You can see here that there are small gaps in this switch gear. Maybe the camera is not exactly focusing. Now it focuses. You can see clearly that there are small gaps over there on both the sides, on this side as well as on this side. So if it rains very heavily and you are constantly using these switches, there is a chance that water might leak into those switches and might cause a problem. So one thing is, when it's raining heavily, you do not overuse those switches. And one more thing I forgot to tell you about was the battery over here. So this Enfield uses a maintenance requiring battery. It's not a maintenance free battery. So every 2 to 3 months once you will have to check the distilled water levels and top up if necessary. So if you open the battery, there are 4 or 5 places here where you will have to fill the distilled water, and keep checking your battery condition regularly. And with regard to battery, one more thing which I want to state is, now the ignition is on. You can see here that I switched on the pilot lamp and it's deflected to the left. If I switch on the main light, it's deflected half. If I switch on the high beam, it's deflected even more. Okay, so this is what happens when you keep the bike's electrical systems on when your bike engine is switched off. What happens is the bike's battery is getting drained but not getting recharged. So if you keep doing this on a constant basis, your battery will it will not give you the kind of what happens is your battery will not function properly, and you think that your battery is dead very soon. But if you keep your electrical system switched off when your engine is switched off, it will not lead to such problems, and 99% of the time the bike starts up at the first go itself. Doesn't require more than one jab at the electric starter to start up. It requires just one push there to start up the bike. So that's regarding the battery maintenance. And then one more thing is regarding the boxes here and here. This is the air filter box, and this is the storage and toolbox. So as in the case of Classic 500, it has a rubber beading here to prevent entry of water, but this one does not have that. So if in heavy rains, if you have not locked this properly, water will leak into that. So what you do is you lock it and you kick it in place like this, so it will stay tight and water will not leak in. So these were a few of the maintenance tips that I wanted to give you regarding this bike. And one last thing is, before you go on long rides, please check properly that all the bolts are tight and secure and they are not coming apart. So thank you friends. If you have any questions or comments, you can post it in the comment section.